By closing schools, we are contributing to the effort to reduce large gatherings, to contribute to social isolation. But again, our full intention is to bring our students back to school on schedule directly after spring break.
I thought that we were just going to have a couple weeks and then spring break and then we would come back.
All of us were excited when we found out we would get 2 weeks off of school.
We had just the extended spring break at the start of it, and so it was kind of nice, to get like an extra few weeks.
I think my initial feelings were confusion and uncertainty, but I was really positive towards still having a show. But as we know, that wasn't the case of what happened.
Everything just stopped and it was really upsetting.
I was kind of unsure if we were going to get to go back or not, so everyone was kind of uncertain, and we were starting to worry about how we would learn our material and stuff like that.
And we're all a really close family in the dance program, so having it just stop and not being able to see anyone anymore was really hard.
So during that 4-week time period, because I'm such a planner, I came up with plan A, B, and C. Plan A was having the show as we know it, plan B was adjusting it in some capacity, and then plan C was going to be completely virtual.
Everyone on their own time, we gathered enough space and everything in our own houses, and we recorded all of our dances.
I quickly learned how to edit videos, which I'm not very skilled or talented at.
We had all our choreography already set in place, so everyone already knew everything.
Students submitted every dance number that they were in, and I think I spent 80+ hours putting the show together, and we did a virtual Zoom.
Last year, over summer, it was we gotta get off early at the end of the year, and I originally thought we were going to have a senior year. That was not the case.
As we moved forward to this year, I did the exact same thing. Plan A, B, and C. And okay, quarter system. How do I adapt that to quarter system? How do I keep the curriculum what it was and what the students were used to and looking forward to, but adapt it to be able to do this kind of production, or this kind of production, and still keep that excitement and community program feeling that we had.
Miss White kept the dance program going as much as she could. We choreographed and we taught each other.
For me, I am a pretty strict, deadline-oriented person and teacher and educator, and so it's been good for me to have to learn how to adapt and have that leeway in planning. I film myself doing everything ahead of time, breaking down each step, and then doing a little bit with the music, breaking it down, adding on, doing a little bit with the music.
Out of that, I think my choreography personally was really impacted by that because I think it helped me a lot. And then once we went to 1 day a week in class, we got to work with some other dancers, and we worked together. And every day she would have us do warm-ups at home and stretching to keep up on our technique and everything.
I have to say, because we were already dealing with distance learning, hybrid learning, and having all of that on top of the construction, I don't feel that the construction side has hit us as hard.
It hasn't really affected me because there's still a place where we can go all together and dance with our friends, even though we're social distance.
Smaller numbers of students at school each day, we were able to grid out the room and use poly spots to make sure everyone has that safe distance and just an area where they can dance and develop and find new ways to dance in a smaller space.
So it's the same experience for us, except we're not dancing in front of a mirror, which helps us correct ourselves sometimes, but Miss White corrects us and helps us, so it makes it a lot easier.
I think one of the biggest challenges is coordinating what students are on what day and then what dance numbers I can do on those days. This year we had to keep doing those same kind of things. Using quarter 2 to prepare for some kind of production in quarter 4, which we will be doing some kind of production, but it'll be using film.
Well, there's definitely a lot of stuff we're unsure about. We're trying to plan a show for our spring show, but we're not sure how that's going to turn out since we can't have that many people in the ballroom or stuff like that. So we're trying to figure out ways we can still perform for an audience.
These programs are still alive. and we are still working through this pandemic, and we are still producing art even at a distance.
We took all that choreography and now we are doing it in this upcoming show, which we are allowed to record in the theater in groups of 13. Even though COVID kind of stopped us, we still kept going, and that was nice to know.